As you guys know, Royce has been putting Dwight Howard on blast the last few days of 2024. Well, this is still continuing in 2025, and we just started. Royce went live with Cali, who was actually at the Mushroom Freak Off, or the Mushroom Ceremony, and they basically put Kevin Wesley on blast and Dwight Howard. Kevin Wesley actually was in my chat, and so I dropped the link and he actually came up, so I got a chance to actually speak with him. So I asked him first, what's going on at that party? What was his relationship to Dwight Howard? Also, is he Miss Kitty? We discuss a lot, so go ahead and check it out right here. All right, so this situation, happened years ago, back in 2020, right?
Right.
So what are your thoughts? Because I did watch some of your live. What are your thoughts about all of this coming back up? Are you kind of like, damn, I thought this was done with? Or had, there been rumblings of still people talking about it?
Honestly, to me, it's a great day for me, actually. This guy, Cali, has tormented me with this story for years. Hasn't left it alone. The day he left that house, he said that I offered him fruit with my hip shaking. Along with that, he had accusations that I drug women. I give him STDs. He accused me of scamming the community. Since then, he's accused me of tickling a 14-year-old girl and making her feel uncomfortable. A million accusations. He's accused me of cross-dressing. He's just a guy trying to ruin my reputation.
So first, let's clarify. None of those things are true. These are just things that he's putting out there to try to ruin your reputation.
Right. None of them are true.
But why is he coming at you so strong, though?
So he was somebody who, I'm a spiritual teacher. I taught on religion for years. And he was someone who became a close friend of mine, at least so I thought, all until he came to the house that night. He was so high, even when he was online saying I offered him fruit with my hip shaking. When he first said it, I laughed because that literally sounds ridiculous. I literally explained this to the guy, even at the event. So whenever you are eating mushrooms, they really hurt your stomach. You can't eat at least 8 hours before or drink. They're really hard on your stomach. This is why a lot of people use the bathroom on themselves and all of that stuff. So in order to come down off of shrooms, you eat fruit because fruit has H3O. It regulates your body faster. If you drink water, if you drink a bottle of water, you'll get sick. If you eat hard food, you'll get sick. So you always use fruit. Okay. Now Royce and Lewis know that. I don't know why they didn't say that. They have a disdain for me, but I wish their disdain for me wouldn't let them keep Cali believing that any more was going on than his bad trip. Lewis has already told him everybody had a bad trip. Everybody. Cali thinks the whole house was conspiring to grape him. It's literally ridiculous, bro. I'm a straight man, and just the thought of when a straight man gets accused of something that he's not, it's very offensive. And Cali knows that. You see what I'm saying? So he knows what he's doing. He doesn't believe this happened at all. He's an internet troll. If you see some of the stuff that Cali said about me, for instance, I have a child recently. He's a year old now, but he has Down syndrome. He was born with a heart defect. He almost passed away when he was born. On the day my baby was born, Cali goes live to say, see, you got a sick baby. You got a sick baby, and it's all because of your karma for defending your brother against his wife who was trying to humiliate him online. And I'm talking about just at the worst times of your life, he still don't quit.
Right. And I did say that was wrong for him to even mention your child because that has nothing to do with nothing.
My polyunion, for instance, he'll say it's fake and it's just a cover up for me being gay. It's just, he's a person who, like I said, I always say this guy's just jealous of me, man. Like literally jealous of me. He hasn't seen me in 5 years and still acts like he knows me.
Oh yeah, it's been a minute, huh? Now thinking about it. So around 2020, like when was this at the start of the pandemic? Like around like March or?
So it was March the 27th when Royce and them, around March 27th, because Melissa Rios died, Dwight Howard's baby mother. And then, then Royce and Christine both came down with their children to live with Dwight. And so just so you guys understand, Cali first went live and painted this picture like it's just me and Dwight living in his house alone. And I've been saying, no, the house was full of people, but illegally, I just can't say that, But that's why I'm so grateful it came out today, because now everybody learns it was a house full of people. And now everybody learns that there was not no Illuminati, no plan to sacrifice Cali. All the stuff he's been saying has been fallacious, salacious even,
So you were Dwight Howard's assistant though, right?
Well, I was a mentor to Dwight Howard. So there was a time there where I was running Dwight Howard's house. So say from December, Dwight offers me this job. He was transitioning from a house manager, and he didn't have time to pay. He had to go play for the Lakers. And me and him have been good friends for a couple of years. So he hit me up and offers me this job, but I really needed a job at the time. I had just had my stomach taken out due to having my stomach cancer runs in my family. and my stomach was riddled with ulcers, and I went on ahead and had it removed. My sister had
Oh
just died of
man.
it, so yeah, it was something I didn't
Oh,
want to
I'm
risk
sorry to
that.
hear that.
Yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, my mother died of it, and my sister did. And so when they asked me, do I want to keep my stomach or opt to have it removed? I said, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and have it removed. I got children. I can't play that.
Right. So
So
you can live without a stomach?
yeah, you can. They just attach your esophagus to your lower intestine, and your lower intestine becomes your stomach. I have to eat
Oh.
smaller meals. I don't have a colostomy bag or anything like that. I just have to eat smaller meals. But for a while there,
Okay.
I had to have a tube on me for tube
Mhm.
food, and I was on bed rest for about a year. So Cali says I
Mm.
scammed the community. He tries to tell people I faked stomach cancer.
I was just gonna
Dude,
ask about that.
right. Dude, I've got online and shown my doctor's paperwork and everything. And when I show it, he says, it's photoshopped. He's just a terrorizer. Man, listen, like I told you, my mother died of it. My sister died of it. My other sister had it. My other niece had it. My nephew had like no my
Mm.
two nieces that had it. Like literally, man, it's riddled my family.
Is
Okay,
it a hereditary thing?
yes, it's hereditary. It's called
Mm.
CDH1. It's a cancer gene. And so he takes things
CDH1.
that's obviously true and says they're false. So if I were him, I would stop. It's like I don't know why you would get on Royce's big platform and say that I faked a stomach surgery to go get weight loss surgery. Man, if you see me before I had weight loss surgery, I wasn't overweight. I don't know. He just lies.
Okay, so yeah, so you already put out the paperwork and showed like, yeah, you had something wrong with you. So you didn't take the money and go get weight loss surgery because that was the narrative that Cali was pushing.
Listen, I'll do you one better. I sit down with my chart, okay, from the Cancer Levine Institute.
Mhm.
Typed my password in, went into it, and they showed inside my body from the surgery where they took in with the camera and everything. It literally says,
Mm.
it literally says complete gastrectomy. All the details in there. So I let these people see inside of my body, and they still said it was fake. They said it was my sister's paperwork, even though my name is clearly on it. My sister doesn't have my first or last name, and they said it was her paperwork. They just lie. They just do what they
Wow.
do. I mean, I still have the video up. They just lie.
Yeah. Do you ever feel like no matter what you do, people still slander your name? Like they honestly, like you, like just like you said, you showed the surgery and people still don't believe you. Like, does it ever get to you like people don't believe anything that you say?
Yeah, it does. It's really troubling. But see, things like today, though, um, it set me free, and I'll tell you why.
Mm.
Callie's a person that no matter what, he'll keep lying. For instance, one time he says Melissa Rios, Dwight's baby mother, called him and said Kevin tickled a 14-year-old little girl on Dwight's property and made a bunch of people feel uncomfortable. Now, Callie says this happened 2 years ago, meaning he didn't say anything, right? And why Melissa Rios would call him would be ridiculous because what can he do about it? Why don't y'all call whoever's supposed to do it, right?
Right. And
But
did she even know him?
well, no, here's the problem. The problem with what he said was Melissa Rios died even before me and Callie fell out. So he's saying that Melissa Rios called him 2 years after we fell out. So he didn't know this lady had passed away.
Ah, got you.
You
Got
see,
you. So he
no,
was lying about that.
right. No, nor had I ever met Melissa Rios a day in my life. So she didn't even know me. So she would have never made this phone call. Okay.
Hmm.
So when I exposed it by pulling up her death date, which was right before COVID, he then makes another video and says, oops, I had the wrong baby mama. Dwight got so many baby mamas, I forgot which one told me. And then now he doesn't say who it is. You see what I'm saying? So, and
Hmm.
this is something as egregious as I tickled a 14-year-old little girl. Like he'll say any damn thing, bro.
Right. That's something serious, and you don't want that on your name. Like,
Right. Even
I get
today, he
why.
had everybody. He had those two people up there. Even today, they clearly don't like me, and they're both telling him he had a bad trip. Neither one of them are
Mhm.
validating that it was some sex party. And when they even asked him at the end about the fruit, he even says it's mostly about with the community, his problems with me and the community. He's not standing up for anybody in the community. There's nobody in the community
Mhm.
saying I've scammed them. He's just a liar saying you scammed people. He will never pull out anything
Mhm.
showing you where I've scammed people.
Now, I know sometimes when you hallucinate, I've only done edibles, I've never done shrooms, but sometimes when you hallucinate, like your body kind of feels light. So maybe, you may have been swaying side to side and that's what he's seen, or for a fact you weren't like gyrating with some fruit down by your pelvis area.
I was not gyrating with fruit. So here's how it happened. I
Mhm.
walked in, I sit down at the chair. Callie's laying down on a couch. There's a chair and a couch in this room. There's only me and him in there because he's having a bad trip already. So people just kind of wanted him away from them. So they just said, Kevin, you the one invited him. Just sit off with him. So I see he's having a bad trip. So I
Mhm.
go and get some fruit for him. Eat this fruit. Maybe you'll calm down. So I even explained this to him before the event, before the whole event. I explained you come down with fruit or whatever. So because you got to let somebody know kind of the details. And he even says this, which is crazy.
Mhm.
But I say to him, man, listen, you need to eat some of this fruit. You're probably dehydrated. You haven't eaten a drink in a while. This should make you feel better. And he said, I don't want any fruit. And he laid back down and he put a pillow over his face. I began eating that bowl of fruit. It was just a Walmart bowl of fruit with watermelon in it and cantaloupe. Regular
Oh yeah,
Walmart
like
bowl of
one of
fruit.
those bowls with the different kind of fruit in it. Yeah, I know what you're
Absolutely.
talking about. Okay.
Right. It's just a Walmart fruit with cantaloupe in it, a regular bowl of fruit. He's like, why was it already open? Because they opened it for you. It's hard to open and we're high. So they opened everybody's. So why was it already open? Okay, damn, bro. I offered you a bowl of fruit. If you had said you wanted a bowl of fruit, I would have given it to you and went back and got my own. You said you didn't want it, so I decided to eat that bowl of fruit. What's the problem?
Mm-hmm.
So then he said he thought the fruit was drugs, but I ate the fruit. He even says I ate the fruit really loudly, and it was bothering him. So anyway, when Cali said he didn't want any fruit and laid back down, I began eating the fruit. Listen, we sat in that same spot for 2 hours until the morning came. About 6:30, I had to wake Cali up. So I offered him fruit one time. He put a pillow back over his face after saying, I'm good on fruit. And he laid down and went to sleep. Maybe in his high, I re-offered it to him with my hip shaking. But to me, we're best friends, but we're really good friends. My word's supposed to count for something. Nobody in this house is telling you they saw me do this. Nobody in your house. And why would I think shaking my hips in front of you would make you gay? I know you're straight and I'm straight. The whole notion sounds ridiculous. When he first said it, I busted out laughing. Because I thought, dude, tomorrow when you come down, you're gonna apologize. But he has kept with this shit. And like I said, he's added to it. His very first live, he said this. And then my ex-girlfriend, who I had just broke up with the day before, she says, he drugged me too. One time I smoked a blunt with him and his face looked like a devil. So it's like everything that he says, she would back up and then he would make videos behind her. It was just like they were teaming up to hurt my name.
They were tag teaming you. Yeah.
And now they're doing it still to this day. It makes no sense, bro. So it's I keep telling Cali, bro, no matter what you do or say, you can't make me gay. And he even heard Lewis say he's never seen Dwight do anything gay. Now this whole time, Cali been calling me Dwight's boy toy. And I don't know if Lewis and them is aware of who they're sitting with up there, that Cali's made it a personal point to try and destroy Dwight's name by calling him gay this whole time. And they know they've never seen this man do that. If he's done that, that's his private life, and he kept it very secret from anybody at that house. You see what I'm saying? And so for him,
so you weren't around for none of that stuff.
No, I've never seen none of that stuff. And this is what I would say. Listen, I know Dwight's family and everything. I don't think anybody if Dwight has that side to him, I don't think any of those people know his family. I think that's something that he would be ashamed of. You see what I'm saying? So everybody at that house know everybody was straight. There was nothing. I don't think there was anybody that was gay there at all.
So there was no transgender people, because I know I watched your live from earlier where you were like, oh, well, you said it was a transgender person that walked him in the bathroom. So there was no transgender person there.
Not at all. This is why I thought that story was so funny when she said Cali knows what happened. It was a transgender that walked him to the bathroom to try to come on to him. Here's what actually happened. And Cali tells his story himself. He walks up to me and he's fussing at me for being missing when he should have been calm by now because he sees I'm not missing anymore. I'm healthy. I'm good. But he's still angry. And he comes up to me screaming at me. And I told him to calm down. And he said, take me to the bathroom. Cali tells me to take him to the bathroom. I stood up and I took him to the bathroom. He came out the bathroom, and that's when he questioned me. Who took me to the bathroom? That's why I'm so confused. Like, bro, how do you explain to this crazy person that I took him to the bathroom? He's questioning that. So he goes, I couldn't see your eyes. I couldn't see your face and your beard. Something about my beard was bothering him. And in real time, he's having this conversation with me, telling me my face don't look right. And I told him, your face don't look right, but we're high. You can't blame me for my face.
True.
And so to this day, he says, when he saw my eyes that day, in that moment, he knew I sold my soul. I said, come on, bro. Sold it to who? What, bro, you got to chill, bro.
So you're not in the Illuminati?
No. Listen, he said, they asked him, because Cali doesn't believe in God or anything. So selling my soul, he don't believe in souls. So when they asked him to be specific, what do you mean sell your soul? He said, I think he's sleeping with the ball player. What did you got that from looking in my eyes? Man, this is in your head. Yeah, exactly. And so none of the stuff he says makes sense. And the people he's surrounded by, they enjoy the trolling. So they don't tell him it don't make sense. So they just got the guy out here looking like a damn idiot.
Okay, I can see that. And I think that's also why I asked, like, okay, well, how did you, become Dwight Howard's assistant? And so you were actually like the housekeeper, because at the time he was working for the Lakers, so he wasn't home. So you were basically so you were responsible for the property.
Right. So I was responsible for the property until Lewis got there, and Lewis became the main guy doing that. That was great for me because I was able to work on my content. See, I'm a social media person. I write books. And Dwight's a good friend of mine. Okay, so I had already had a year on bed rest from recovering from having my stomach removed. And I also went through a second surgery after that. So the reason I'm so grateful to Dwight is he allowed me a place to stay. He gave me a job, allowed me a place to stay, work on my content until I got on my feet. So I stayed working there and stayed there for about maybe 6 months total. And then I was out of there. You know what I mean? But I stacked all my bread and got out of there and I started my poly union. And people make fun of me because I had a down moment. Like I've been on bed rest from having my stomach removed. I didn't even have a job before that, but I had to get my stomach removed. I didn't have time to get insurance. None of that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So people
So
try and
Dwight
mock.
was a real friend.
He was a real friend, and I hate that people call this man gay and mock him all because he did me a kind gesture. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'll forever be indebted, man. Listen, I started off young. I never had anybody really to take care of me, and so imagine somebody giving you 6 months to just stack. If you always had to pay bills since you was young, you know what I mean. It's hard to get ahead.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So he needed somebody to come be a house manager until he hired somebody formally. And so I think I was house manager all alone for about maybe 2.5, maybe 3 months. And Lewis gets there just I think maybe a month before Dwight actually comes home from COVID, from the bubble. And so just as Dwight comes home, Royce and Christina, all of them come in, the whole house is full of people. So Cali tries to paint it like it was just me and Dwight in the house having a gay relationship. It's complete lies, man. Complete lies. And I'm interested in what problems Lewis has with me too. I don't know what he's upset about. Clearly he doesn't like me either.
Yeah,
but I'm interested in knowing what it is.
As I understand from what I gathered from the live was that you basically were the person, like the liaison. Like if they wanted to talk to Dwight or something was going on, you were the person kind of like being that go-to person, and you would tell them like, don't talk to this person. Don't, like, basically you were controlling the house. You were running the house as I understood it.
Well, Dwight had a lot of faith in me. I'm his friend. I'm his mentor. He looked at me for advice, all of that. So obviously he'll ask me if he thinks if he can trust an employee or something like that. And that being my friend, I'm obviously obligated to Dwight first. So if I see something that doesn't look right, I got to tell him, or I'm not doing my job. So I think that when Lewis said I'm talking about it behind his back, I know he felt betrayed, but I'm doing my job. And I'm not going to discuss that with the public, what the issue was, but I was discussing that with Dwight, and the people that was around Dwight also worked for him. They should not have came and told you that. And so he sees me as fake when I was just doing my job. And he may say, well, Dwight wasn't paying you. You don't know what that man was doing.
Right.
And
so were you a part of the hire and okay. Were you a part of the hiring and the firing? Is that what?
Not at all.
Okay, no, you weren't. Okay, so you weren't responsible for hiring or firing anybody.
Not at all. So that's one time Cali and them said I got a lot of people fired. And as you can see, no one got fired when I was there. Nobody. I didn't get a single person fired at all. And they are right. People did not like me. They kept saying, why is he here? And this was another thing that I would say to Dwight. Why are your workers concerned about why I'm here? They work for you. You pay them to work here. They shouldn't be concerned about if I was a freeloader, it's none of their business. It's his damn house. If he give me one of those apartments over there, that's his house, yo. If he let his homeboy get a crib over there to get on his feet, that's none of their business. It makes no damn sense for them to even be concerned about why I'm there.
Right, I agree with
what
that.
I'm saying?
And he's helping you out. Like, that's your friend. So I get it. You're loyal to him. So, yeah, of course he's going to help you out.
Absolutely.
Now, has all this stuff put a strain between you and Dwight Howard, or you can't answer?
No, we good.
Okay, so do you still talk to him?
I mean, I do. I would say I do, but we've never had a friendship where we talk every day. We kind of just get up when we get up. You know what I mean?
Right. Whenever y'all, hit each other up, that's when you talk. Okay, I get that. I understand that.
With all my friends, I don't speak every day, but when I hit you, it's like we never stop talking.
Okay. And Lewis also said something too. He said the NDAs are invalid. They're not real or some. Well, he said invalid. That was the word.
Yeah, that's something I didn't know about. That's something that if he worked for Dwight, which he did work directly for Dwight, if those things weren't accurate and lined up, then I think maybe he's supposed to do that. I don't know who. If he felt like they weren't valid, he should have told somebody to make them valid. And to say that now, 5 years after the fact, is kind of crazy. I don't know what that was. Maybe that was a ploy to make other people feel comfortable to talk.
That's what I was thinking too.
Right.
Yeah, because if everybody go like, oh, well, they're not valid or whatever, then it's going to make more people come up and speak and, all that stuff. So, but as far as you are able, well, right now you're able to, speak your mind. Of course, you wouldn't slander your friend, but I mean, you're open to talk.
Right. Absolutely.
Okay. So you don't have anything. Okay.
But I have no slander for Dwight. Like I said, the Dwight I know is a great person. The internet Dwight version, that's some weird stuff. And if I didn't know him, I would think the same thing that you guys in the public think. But I actually know this guy. I met him personally. I know him personally. He's one of the nicest people I ever met. So I have a hard time with it too. I really do. I really have a terrible time with that. You know what I mean?
Right.
So actually, when it first happened and some of the things came out, I did draw a little bit of distance, and that's my homeboy, because it just threw me off, man. Because it's so crazy when you see somebody so differently and you see something else that's totally different. But the person that I know in front of me, I've never seen anything to criticize. He's a great person, man. So, like I said, he must have a private life something that he hasn't made people aware of, but that's it. I've never seen.
Well, do you care about his private life? Like, do you care about that, or you still support him no matter what?
No, I wouldn't care.
I just want to make sure.
I'll tell you this: I grew up I'm born in '82, so growing up, I mean, straight people didn't hang out with gay people. You got nothing in common anyway. You know what I mean? But so if you ask me beforehand, I would say I don't have a problem with gay people, but I don't see any reason to be friends with them. But after knowing him for so many years and then seeing what I see now, I would never disown that man. He's taught me something different that even if people are gay, they may never ever bring that shit your way and make you feel uncomfortable with it because he never has. When I say he's a great person, he really is. He's really changed my perspective on that.
Right. And I appreciate you saying that because my thing was like, I don't know if maybe you try to separate yourself from Dwight and, try to distance yourself because, I ain't down with all that. But I'm happy to hear, like, no matter what, that's my friend.
Right. Now, I'll tell you, like I said, triangulation does work. When Cali first went live and started accusing me of being gay with Dwight, it did make me distance myself at first a little bit because that's uncomfortable when you know you're a straight man. One time we were at main event and he got his kids, I got mine, and some people saw him, hey, Dwight, and that happens all the time. But this particular time, they knew who I was too. And so they wanted pictures with both of us. And I just felt real nervous. I was like, damn. You know what I'm saying? Like, what if they think we out together? I don't know. That was just in my head. And so that triangulation stuff really does work. But I had to just man up and tough through that and say, man, that's my friend. I'm not gonna let that do that to me. I'm not gonna let them do that. That's my friend no matter what. And that's
right. Has Dwight ever been open about stuff like that with you, or y'all never even talk about that?
No, we never even after this all happened. When I asked him about it, he said that's my business. And hey, I got.
Oh, okay. He said that in interviews too. That's why I'm laughing because he's like, "That's my business." Yeah,
my business. That's what he says. He stick to it. It's his business. Now I ain't and mad respect. I got no right to pry. Honestly, if he ever did anything to make me question it, I would be like, "Nah, you got to tell me, bro, because you just made me uncomfortable." But he's never.
Right. Never try to push up on you or anything.
Zone because it's like, damn, is this some type of embarrassment ritual, or are you like this? Because bro, you don't show no signs of that. It really makes you feel like I'm in the Twilight Zone.
Right. I kind of just think about like the way society is. Like, I know we like to say, oh, everybody's allowed to be themselves, but no, you're not. Because if he was to come out and say, yeah, I am, people are still going to have something to say. And like, it doesn't matter. He can't win for losing. So it's almost like, well, hell, now it don't matter because he's happy in a relationship. But I mean, like, if he was beforehand to come out and say anything, people will judge him. So it's like, I see why he would never speak on it. He would say it's none of your business or, whatnot.
Say that last part again. My bad.
Oh, I was saying that, with the way society is, if he was to come out and say anything, people would still have something to say. So he can't win for losing.
Yeah, but I always say nowadays people really accept gay people, and I think whatever life you have, you'll have that. My motto was be yourself. I call my page Be Evolution, and of course the acronym is B. Right. I always say, man, until you decide to be, you're gonna always be miserable. Be yourself. I don't care what you call it once you be that, but be it. You know what I'm saying? So,
right. But Kevin, I gotta call you out because you said when you found out things, you was kind of afraid to take pictures and stuff with them. So even you had, I mean, not now, but even you had some kind of reservation before. So that's what I mean.
Not with being who I am, but I guess with the you have to deal with ego because we all grew up a certain way. So you do have to still, no matter how much we think we've gotten there, life still exposes you that you still have growth and work to do. You see what I'm saying? And so what I learned is that does still bother me. And I had an issue like that when I was young. I was a youth pastor, and there was a homosexual kid who was in my youth class. And I went to a ball game and I saw him, and he waved at me in front of everybody. And I felt a little nervous to wave at him back. And I got up and I walked over to him and I greeted him just like I always do in front of everybody. And I remember him telling me at church the next Sunday that he really appreciated that. It meant the world to him. And I thought I had broken through that. You know what I'm saying? But I guess someone calling me gay made me feel uncomfortable and it challenged me in a whole different way. It's like I was fighting for my manhood or something. You see what I'm saying?
You felt like it was taken away from your manhood. No. I understand what you're saying.
I don't think gay people are less men than any man. I think if you're gay, you're gay. I don't think it has any effect on you being a man. You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So, but I still felt that way because I grew up like that. I grew up being, you grow up, you hear people call you gay, you're supposed to be offended. So it's almost like somebody calling you an N-word who's not black, and they tell you don't be offended, but you've grown up being told you should be offended.
You take it personally.
Right.
So, last question for you because I don't want to keep you too long. They said that you were once a pastor and now you're an atheist. I just read that in the chat. Is that true or no?
No, that is true. I was once a believer, and I left religion because I wanted to prove it factually with evidence. And when I learned that it was faith-based and all religions were, I just chose to walk away. So I'm not a person who says God isn't real. I say that I would like to see God reveal itself. Until then, I don't have the right to say that there is something that I can't prove. And I kind of just study all different walks of life now.
And is that why you got into poly, or that's separate from how you got into that?
It's completely separate. I mean, I guess
Okay.
maybe because I'm not really glued to any culture or anything. I'm just free to do whatever I design in my own mind or whatever. But I did poly just based on culture and what I thought would be the best to survive. And I actually developed my relationship during COVID as well. Um,
Okay.
you know, seeing the world in drought, I wanted to have my own land with my whole family on it. And I already have one family, and I was in love with Lacey, so I was like, I want to see if Jamie would be a part of it too, because we had a love as well, and we built that's kind of how our union came together in poly. We learned how to plant and all this stuff. So, yep.
That's dope. And a lot of people don't realize like it's supposed to be like a business. Not to say like your relationship is all business, but you're trying to build something and create something like longevity together, like as far as taking care of the land, the home, and it's a team.
Yeah, you're creating a legacy. Absolutely.
Yeah, not everything is just freaky deaky. That's what a
No,
lot
it's
of people
not.
think, but it's more than that.
Yeah, that's what people think. They think that's all we do. We don't have threesomes or anything like that. We don't do anything freaky like that. I have relationships with them both individually, and we get up and we do our work. We do counseling. We make money. We all do it. We all hunt. We all get in the garden, so to speak. Because
Yeah. Would you do reality TV?
We all working on a reality show right now. We're actually in the middle of filming it.
Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah, definitely. Please, when it premieres, come back. I would love to interview you again. I appreciate your time, Kevin.
Sure. And before I get off, to all of you guys who are confused, what I'm saying is I've known Dwight for years. The man that I've known, I've never seen him do anything gay. Outside of the person that I know, I've seen online the clips you have from the NBA where it appears he grabbed a man's penis. I've seen where it looked like he touched a man's butt. And of course, I saw the case where the guy accused him of, being aggressive with him, and it come out that it was consensual.
Yeah.
If you look at the internet, he is gay. But the Dwight I know in person is straight as a board. And I have a tough time with that. That's what I'm saying. I'm not trying to deny what is clearly there. I can't do that.
Right.
But it's almost like if you find out somebody's a serial killer or something, you may never seen that in that person. You might have a hard time, but you're not denying it, but you're saying, wow, how'd you?
Yeah, like, wait, where'd this come from?
Right, absolutely.
Get it. And you are not Miss Kitty either. You are not.
No, not at all. No.
They're trying to say you was Miss Kitty.
I should just be able to say this. I'm a straight heterosexual male. If I say that should exclude me from all rumors associated with anybody gay. But see, these are trolls. And they'll listen, when the Kitty story came out, Cali was calling me Kitty. When Diddy came out, he started calling me K Diddy. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, he called you K Diddy tonight. Yeah.
Right. So he uses every story that is attached to Dwight or anything that's famous that he can make me look bad with and attach me to. That's what he does. When Polite went to jail for the 14-year-old girl. That's when he said I tickled a 14-year-old girl. So it's like he takes little stuff from little stories and pins it on me. He's just a madman.
Right. I forgot the brother Polite. So that's why he put that on you. Okay, got you.
Absolutely.
Wow, that is crazy. Again, Kevin, thank you for coming on the show. I appreciate you and just being open and honest. So thank you for coming.
My pleasure. And thank you for allowing me an opportunity to speak too. Most people give me a hard time and beat me up, man. So just thank you for the opportunity to actually truly speak.
Yeah, no problem. I do that on the second interview, not the first.
I got you. It's a bit.
Have a good one.